Hey everyone, my name is Marina Ruiz. For those of you that are new here, welcome to my channel. Here we talk about all things real estate, as well as Philly and the surrounding suburbs and everything that's happening and going on in our wonderful city and surrounding area. This is video number 3 for this channel, and we have upgraded to mini mics. So I hope that the audio experience is a little bit more pleasurable. Today's an exciting topic. We're going to be talking about renting versus buying, which is actually better. I talk to people every week who rent but are scared to buy. Everyone says renting is throwing away money, but that's not necessarily true. Let's talk about the pros for both renting and buying. Renters have lower upfront costs. Uh, Renters also have a lot more flexibility, and renters often have less maintenance responsibilities as home than homeowners. Buying, there are lots of pros as well. You have long-term stability, you are building equity, and you have exposure to appreciation and tax benefits. Neither is better. It really depends on your timeline, lifestyle, and finances. So here's something I want people to really sit with. I went back and I looked at the average rental prices from 10 years ago in 2015 to 2025. In 2015, for a 2 bedroom, the average rent was $2,000. In 2025, for a 2 bedroom, the average rent was $2,400. That's a 20% increase over 10 years. Now, that doesn't mean buying is always the answer, but it doesn't mean that renting is static either. Another thing to mention is that Philly still has entry level purchase prices that are very accessible compared to other major cities. A huge thing that changes the math for buyers in Philly are tax abatements. Tax abatements are usually 10-year periods that save you money on your taxes. Pre 2021, tax abatements in Philly used to be for 10 years, you would just be paying taxes on the land. Post 2021, they've changed it to increase by 10% each year until you're at your full taxable value. And I can make a whole nother video on tax abatements if you're interested. Just drop a comment. So let's break down the monthly costs for renters versus buyers. When you're renting, you usually have utilities, renter's insurance, your rent. When you're buying, you normally have your mortgage, taxes, insurance, maintenance, an HOA if applicable, and sometimes even a PMI, which is mortgage insurance if you don't put down 20%. So buying can be more expensive monthly at first, but it is more powerful long term. So why do so many people feel stuck renting? Well, renting, it's pretty self-explanatory of the money you're going to need up front. First month, last month, and security. For buyers, I think the process can be so overwhelming for some people, and there are so many ways to get into a house, and there's so many different stories that there isn't a clear number or percentage that you need to save up in order to buy a house. When you're buying, you need cash for your down payment for your mortgage, you need cash for closing costs, you need money to pay for inspections and the appraisal, as well as money to maybe furnish your house or have a safety fund if anything happens, because now you're responsible to fix things. A lot of buyers don't realize that there are programs and credits and seller's assist that can be utilized to bring down your cash that you need to close. Every situation is different, but that's what I'm here for, your realtor is here for. We can talk through the best strategy for you and your situation. Buying only really makes sense if you're going to stay put for at least 3 to 5 years. If you're staying any less than 3 years, you're at a higher risk of maybe not earning your money back. And the reason for this is because there are transaction costs. When you close on a home, there are extra fees like transfer tax and title fees that you're going to have to pay for when you buy. Or if you're selling, you also have to pay for broker fees. If you know you'll move in a year or two, renting might actually be the smarter play in this moment. Another thing to think about whether you want to rent or buy is your lifestyle and flexibility. What is your relationship like? Do you have a significant other over in California? What are your plans? Because maybe you should think about that before buying a house. What is your work schedule like? Do you travel a lot? Are you going to be here in another year or two with your job, or are they going to send you off to the middle of Ohio for a relocation? Are you ready for maintenance? When you own a home, you have to take care of it. Buying isn't just a financial decision, it's a lifestyle commitment. So it's important to think about how you live and whether you're ready to take on home ownership. If you're trying to decide whether renting or buying makes sense for you in Philly, Delco, the Main Line, or any of the other surrounding suburbs, this is the conversations that I have with clients every day. So feel free to email me and set up a time for us to chat and talk about what your goals and plans are, and we can make sure that we are making the right steps for you.